All right, how are we doing, everybody? How are we doing? How is everyone? How is everybody? Welcome along to the stream, the live preview for West Bromwich Albion versus Hull City. Now we'll just wait for a few more people to come into the stream. Come on, and they can't hear me. And then we'll get cracking. I'll keep reading your comments. How you doing, Owen? Hope you're well, mate. We'll we'll just wait for a few more viewers to come in, and we'll just go from there. I will just check everything's working in the stream very, very quickly, because just in case. Let's have a listen. In the stream. Yep. Sound's working all right. Sound is working very, very well, actually. So we'll take that. That's a big W. Am I off to Barnsley? Yes, I am. Expect a match day vlog from that. As I say, it's probably gonna be about, I'd say, 8-9 o'clock before the match day vlog comes out on Saturday, purely because I've got to get back from Barnsley and edit it on my PC, because this hasn't got enough storage anymore and there's hardly anything on it. I reserve all my photo space for match day vlogs, and there's not enough space for me to edit and render the video on my phone. Anyway, how you doing? XX Toasted Shoes, XX. You're right, Reese. Anyway, we'll get cracking. Before we get into the main bulk of the preview, you may remember I did a little giveaway in the matchday vlog for Coventry. Thank you for the support on that, by the way. It has been absolutely phenomenal. But I gave away one of these hand-signed George Honeyman autograph card, designed by me, signed by the man himself, hand-signed. I've got a full book of them here, and I'm going to give a few more of these away in the future, because I have more copies for the players to sign, because I thought ahead and thought I can give these away. This is going to be a great giveaway. So I'll give these away throughout the season once I've got players to sign them. Once I've got players to sign the spares. However, I will just show what the giveaway was. So basically, I gave away a hand-signed George Honeyman autograph card. So, and all you had to do to enter was subscribe to the channel, like the Coventry Matchday vlog, and like the post on Instagram. I did the winners I did it last night, and I announced it on my story. There we go. So as you can see, we had a winner. I put all the names of those who liked the post on a spin wheel, and then I spun the wheel, and Mason Graham 0512 was the winner. And then what I did was I did check with him that he'd liked the video and all that stuff, and he had. So Mason has been sent that card today. I got that out to it. I sent that today, so he should receive it in the next few days. And as it says there, look, commiserations to those who entered yet didn't win. Fingers crossed I'll have some more stuff to give away later this year. Moving on to the actual thingy of the preview then. Up the Turkish Tigers. I don't have one bit of hope against West Brom. We don't. Have we been bought, I assume you mean there, by the Turkish? Because apparently we have. Now, we haven't been bought. I can tell you that now. The information I have and the information the club have announced have stated that the club is still owned by the Alam family. Okay? The club is still owned by Asim and Ihal Alam. However, they did confirm that due diligence is underway. In case you don't know what due diligence is, it's basically, so in this situation, we know it's Acunila, the Turkish man heading up the takeover. So what will happen is Asim and Ehab will look through his financial history, look through his accounts, and just to see that he's the right man, basically, to take this club forward. And him and the team of investors that we think is behind him are basically suitable enough to buy the club. Then Acun and his team of investors will have a look through the accounts of the club. See, right, what's the worth of what we're actually buying? Because we've agreed a deal. Let's have a look at what we're actually buying. Are we buying the training ground? Are we buying the stadium? Not in our case, we're not buying the stadium because that's still owned by the council, run by SMC, which by the looks of things, the Alams are not selling. Run by it, so you won't be getting the stadium. I'm not sure about the training ground, whether that's club owned or not, but they'll basically be seeing the amount of money that, for example, that we have on wages, the amount on the club's accounts, the amount in debt we are, all this sort of stuff is what they'll look at. And also the FA and the EFL will have a look through the accounts of, in this case, Acunila, and also the investors that he has. What will happen there is if the FA see anything dodgy about this guy, see that he's not got the money, see that he might run the club into the ground, I would trust the FA more on that, not the EFL, because we know their history. That all happens in due diligence. That can take from as little as a month, typically, to about 2 or 3 months. And Chespo says, I messaged Ehab the other night and it seems like he wants the club to be sold. A lot of people I know have messaged Ehab. And by the sounds of things, Ehab is very, very optimistic this time. And when it comes to the point that the club is actually sold, I will make various stuff about it, about the takeover, about the new owners, about the Alams, because you might not think it on the surface, but we have a lot to be thankful for the Alams. Without the Alams, we would not even have a club to support. I would not be wearing this crest. I would not have been wearing the old crest and the crest before that. It simply just would not happen because they saved the club. They bought the club for as little as £1, right? I can find £1 in my wallet right this moment. Asim Alam bought the club for this. A single £1. But invested a lot more of them in. So if you think he invested that, he invested a lot more of this to pay the debts off, to get us out of administration and the mess that Russell Bartlett had left us in. The first few years were great, were absolutely great. Yes, Ehab and Asim fell out with Nigel Pearson and the sacked Nick Barmby and all this sort of stuff. But Steve Bruce was probably the best thing to ever happen to this club. And ultimately, they saved us. And yes, it's turned sour. Yes, us and them don't see eye to eye. But as fans, we have a lot to be thankful to the Alams for. So when they go, don't give them abuse. Say, haha, I'm glad you've off you in melts or something like that. Just say, look, without you, we recognise we would not have Hull City today. Even when, from the outside looking in, it seemed the money was coming out, was not getting invested. They ran the club sustainably. Simple as that. Simple as that. Does this mean Grant will be still in charge until the takeover? I'm of the belief so, because as Chespo says, the Allams will not sign Grant McCann because it will cost them money, and they'll wait until Ajun will take over. And Ajun has said he wants Turkish manager, Turkish players. Actually, I'm just going to look through my search history because there was a name mentioned in terms of manager. Turk. Nope. Manager. Nope. Come on. Oh, I can't remember his name. It was on. I looked it on Wikipedia. AC Milan, Fortuna Sittard. Is this him? Yes! I've found it! Right, this is the only name I've seen mentioned in terms of manager. Tolone Kafkas. Born 21st of March, 1968. In his playing career, he played for Lasklins, who have been in the Europa League very recently. He played for Galatasaray, Trabzonspor, Erzurumspor, which is İlaçeli's local club. He played 39 times for Turkey. And as a manager, he's managed Kayserispor, Trabzonspor, Turkey under-21s, Gaziantepspor. However, he's not been a manager since 2017, which is quite worrying. As a player, he won the Turkish Super League. As a manager, he's won the Turkish Cup. And he's won the Turkish Super Cup. But this is the only name I've seen mentioned, and I'm not even sure of the source that it came from. So take what I've just said there with a pinch of salt. Have you seen Bernard had a go at McCann to play three at the back? Bernard said that weeks ago, and Sean McLaughlin said the exact same thing the other day. I'm guessing it would be like Wolves where they need some Portuguese guys. I'm thinking that's what it would be like. I am going to Barnsley. Yes, the full team's not allowed to be Turkish. You need English-born players, don't you? Yes, you need a certain amount of homegrown players. Homegrown being trained in the nation, trained in a club, and I believe British also counts towards trained in the nation, not just English. But you are only allowed a certain amount of foreign players, yeah. It'll be Turkish influence, same way Wolves have Portuguese influence. That's what I think it will be. I don't think he'll change the squad much, but the transfer just to be Turkey-based. Lucas, I think you're hoping that Richie just stays in a job. But instead of Turkey, yeah, like Wolves. Three at the back is what we need to start with. We do. We absolutely do. It won't want the full team to be Turkish. Not allowed that. And I'm going to do a video about my wishes for the new owners over the international break. In fact, I also might not because I've got mock exams. In fact, I think Yes, the Birmingham game is right in the middle of my mock exams, so I probably won't have time to do that. I'll do it after my mocks. I've just chucked a TV remote off my desk. Anyway, wish they'd sold 7 years ago, then there would have been a yes. If they'd have sold 7 years ago, then there would have been even more saviours. Give Jared Bowman a Turkish passport and buy him back. Do you think we'll beat Barnsley? Well, they've just changed the manager, and I'm not confident at all. I think Richie shouldn't be captain. It should be handed to Tom Huddleston. Interesting. Or do you mean Tom Eaves? Who knows? Anyway, team news. Alfie Jones has returned to training. There's a typo there. I've put hamstring. Alfie Jones has returned to training after a hamstring injury. He might be fit for Saturday versus Barnsley. However, it's unlikely. But Alfie Jones will most certainly be fit for after the international break against Birmingham. Tom Huddleston will be missing for another sort of 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring problem. He picked that up against Peterborough, if you do remember. And Brandon Fleming also picked up a knock in the under-23s game a few weeks ago now. Grant hasn't made any comment about Fleming and his return. He has, however, said that everyone apart from Huddleston and Jones is fine. However, he did say that about Nathan Baxter, which he clearly wasn't fine. Is it missing? Yeah, it says Baxter on there. But yeah, I mean, Nathan Baxter as well. He picked up a calf injury a few weeks ago. He was at the game the other day and didn't feature. I just think that's purely down to injury. Huddleston, not Eves. Yeah, thought so. I'd rather Eves be captain than Huddleston. Lol. At least we're doing better than Norwich in the Premier League. Where is Tyler Smith? Grant McCann has just said that Tyler Smith, Randell Williams, etc. just haven't been picked because Grant feels selection options are better. For the games we've played, he feels like he's happy with the selections he's got. He said, quote, "We've got 8 forwards at the club. I'm sure if Ryan Longman wasn't involved in the squad today," referencing Saturday, "you'd have been asking me where Ryan Longman was." But this caused a bit of an argument on Twitter, actually. People asking where Tyler Smith was. And basically, I was at the Grand Mega Air League the other day, and I got a bit of abuse. So Abby tweeted, "Anyone know where Tyler Smith is?" I was camping outside the ground getting autographs, pictures from the players and with the players. Tyler Smith and Randell Williams arrived in good spirits and left after a rumoured team meeting after being told they weren't selected. Both left with wash bags in hand, heads down, disappointed. Then a lot of people saying massive lies. They were both running after the pitch. However, both arrived with a wash bag, both left with the wash bags heading for their cars, and then I didn't see them again after that. But basically, I've caused a bit of a shitstorm on Twitter, saying it's false rumours. It's not. I'm saying everything I saw with my eyes. To be fair, Randell Williams walked out, and I had a little word with Randell. He came out with his wash bag and his head down. Just says, "Oh," I just says, "Back again, Randell." He says, "Oh," he said a bit glumly, "Yeah," and didn't see him after that. But clearly, I've been told they didn't go home. Why isn't McCann letting Burnsy interview them anymore? Basically, according to I'll find the tweet. BBC Burnsy. He's been told. This is the email. This is what David Burns tweeted. "You may be wondering why he seems to be on the naughty step and not doing any Hull City interviews for Radio Humberside. This may explain more. I'm told Grant McCann and the players don't want to be interviewed by me. It's sad as they always thought I was half decent asking questions the fans wanted answered. I've offered to meet, see if we can find a compromise, but that's been rejected." Apparently, also, the players are disappointed. When it's definitely not. It's McCann. And when Mike White interviewed him the other day, Grant was chatting shite from the very first question. Mike asked a question, 10 seconds longer speaking. From that, for the rest of the 8 to 9 minutes of the interview, Grant was just chatting pure shit. I'll try actually and find the link, and I'll post it in chat for you guys to listen to after this stream. That's the link. I've just posted it in chat. If you want to open it in a different tab or come back to this later and get that link, feel free. In case you're wondering, we've been streaming for about 19 and a half minutes. Smith is better than Longman, yes. McCann likes playing his chums, yes. Random question, can we only blame the defence for our recent form? It's also Ingram's fault. Does Baxter deserve a chance as number one? Matt Ingram can do nothing about the goals. Ingram has been by far and away our best player this year, as Lucas says. It's not Ingram's fault. Baxter's a bit rubbish, no offence. I don't think Baxter's rubbish. I just think he's less experienced. But the only game he's played for City, I watched him against Wigan. It didn't look as though he could command his box as well as Ingram could. But still made some half-decent saves when called upon. Same with Wigan's goal to Ingram every game this year. He wasn't really at fault. Just the way it was, really. Anyway, ref watch now. There we go. So, as you can see there, my thing is covering, so I'll just remove that. The referees, Dean Whitestone. The two liners are Rob Smith, Richard Wilde. The fourth official is Peter Wright. Not the darts player. Absolutely not the darts player. Stats then. These are taken from our last game against Coventry City. I'll just show you them there. General, we had just a little bit less possession. As McCann said, stats-wise, we matched them. However, they were impressive. They weren't great, but they were far better than us. We were complete and utter shit. They had more possession than us. We were more dual and more stuff in the air. They made more passes than us. We had a higher pass accuracy though. Woohoo! We actually had more shots than them. I don't understand how that works. I think I can remember us having 4 actual shots, not just shots on target. I don't remember Coventry having 11, but is what it is. How we made 15 tackles, I don't know, because we were bloody awful. We'll leave it at that. Moving on to what I think we've done most of this. Has anyone noticed Jacob Greaves plays a full-back a lot lately? Looks a lot better out wide than in the middle. This is why I think the 3-back suits Jacob Greaves more, because he likes to bring the ball out of defence. And in the 3, he looked so much more confident doing that, because he knew he didn't just have one centre-back covering him. He knew he had Alfie Jones / Sean McLaughlin and Deshaun Bernard. He knew he had that cover, so he could be more expressive, and that works. That simply works. And we've been through opinion. I spent 22 minutes talking about opinions. In terms of head-to-head, I will just show you West Brom's squad. Simple as. Their keepers, it's going to be Sam Johnson who plays. However, David Button's their number 2. Alex Palmer was on loan at Lincoln last year. He was very, very good in League One. And then third choice, Josh Griffiths, is out on loan. At the back, Darragh O'Shea is very good. Dan O'Furlong's very good. Connor Townsend was, well, when I've left school, I can tell you more about Connor Townsend. And, yeah, Darragh O'Shea is good. Carl Bartley's all right. Agier is good. We nearly signed Cedric Keeper once. We know all about Jake Livermore. Grady Diangana's very good. Jason Malumbi's pretty good. Roman Sawyers we know all about. Robert Snodgrass. Well, we don't know all about Roman Sawyers. But we know all about Robert Snodgrass. Alex Mowatt's very good. Callum Robinson, very, very good. Carlin Grant, very good. Kenneth Zahore and Jordan Hugill. We'd nearly signed Zahore. We were rumoured to have signed Jordan Hugill once or twice. And then let's have a look at West Brom's form, shall we? Where is it? There it is. So as you can see, they did just lose 3-0 to Fulham. However, West Brom are one of the most omnipotent teams in this division. Despite losing to Swansea, yes, and to Stoke, they've been basically flawless this year. That's into pre-season. That's pre-season. Yeah, they've only lost what? They've only lost 3 times this year. Yeah, they're pretty good. When you compare that to City, 1, 2, 3, 4 defeats in our last 5. We have only 2 wins out of 15 games. And I said at the start of the season, I'll judge Grant McCann after 15 games. I'm judging him now. We've had 15 games. This is match day 16. He needs to go. Simple as that. Hi, Luke. Hope you are, bud. I hope it's not another pointless drive up to Barnsley like Huddersfield. Good day out, but awful result. Twee number 6 wins headers all the time. Adam Reach is a baller. Mo at long shot merchant. Used to play for Leeds as well. Their third choice players are better than our ones. Lol. But most importantly, do you know how to draw a thermistor? Me and Luke were in physics revision earlier. And yes, I can. Yes, I can draw a thermistor. Bosh, bosh, bosh, bosh, bosh, bosh, bosh. Physics revision. Bet you didn't think you'd get that in a live preview. I'd take Josh Hines over McGuinness at the moment. I think Hines got injured in the 23s game against February. Am I going to Barnsley? Yes, I am. So we've done all that. Now, let's do a quick little gander at L League table. Where is the league table? There. My StreamYard's frozen. My StreamYard's frozen. Woohoo! Hope you can still hear, see me, all that good stuff. But I've gone to present screen and StreamYard has frozen. That's fun. That is really, really, really fun, to be fair. This is exactly what I wanted from this live preview. I can see a comment there. I want to read it, but I can't read it. My StreamYard has temporarily, spontaneously combusted. I have an idea. Just for now, I can join the stream on my phone, so I can still sort of work on everything. Because it's still not responding on my computer. There we go. There we go. Fingers crossed that works. Sorry if you hear an echo. I can't turn that down. That's fun. Right, I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna try and shut it down. Right, yeah, I'm gonna have to close the program. There we go. Should be back now. Where went I at Luton? The best atmosphere in a while, to be fair. My dad had a tattoo done that day. So, yeah. I don't think he wants to drive down to there. And we should, fingers crossed, be back fully functioning now, so I can leave. There we go. I'm back. I'm back, everyone. To be fair, I was never gone. However, we are fully back now. You can hear and see me. That's great. I watched the Luton game. It was absolutely not on about the game. I know the atmosphere. Must have been good. You've got to have a serious set of. Got a tattoo to avoid starting to watch City, lol. No, we booked him it for his birthday. We got him one of just on his right arm here. His muscles are a lot bigger than mine. It won't go on my arms like twigs, but he just got a little tattoo of his dad, my granddad there. Just to remember him, really. because we lost him December last year. And do you know how many we have sold for Barnsley? I do not. I do not. Anyway, league table. That's as far as I got. Please do not freeze on me again. Yes! Come on! Sorry for your loss. Cheers, mate. Cheers. And anyway, league table. Bournemouth lead the way, still unbeaten after 15 games. They have had the best start ever of any championship team ever in the history of the league being called the championship. Meanwhile, Barnsley are the only team with a worse record than us. Come on, we're not the worst in the league. Get in. Woo! Yes, only by 1 point. They've lost all the last 5. However, they have just sacked the manager. So you know what's going to happen. We are going to get absolutely tonked, basically. Around the grounds, then. Let's have a look. So Matchday 16, tonight, Tuesday night, the 2nd of November. Peterborough play Huddersfield. Nottingham Forest play Sheffield United. Millwall play Reading. Luton play Middlesbrough. Coventry face Swansea. Birmingham face Bristol City. All of these 7:45 kickoffs. Oh no, I was his 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. Ah, interesting. Interesting. And then tomorrow, 7:45 kickoffs. Cardiff QPR, Bournemouth Preston, Blackpool versus Stoke, Blackpool versus Stoke, Blackburn versus Fulham, sorry, Barnsley versus Derby, and then ours is 8 o'clock kickoff at the Hawthorns. And I do believe it's going to be on the Sky Red button. So it also should be on iFollow as well. They do that for midweek games. Right. So next up then is memorable match. We'll go back to November 2018 for this one, I think. We won 1-0, ended a losing run at the KCOM Stadium. Fraser Campbell scored the winner. I got a photo of Reece Burt that day. Brilliant. Harvey Barnes playing for West Brom there. Livermore, Townsend, Tosin Adarabioyo, Ahmed Hegazi, Craig Dawson still there. Jay Rodriguez. Is that James Morrison? Yes, it is. For us, 4-5-1. Bowen, Grzekie, Batty, Henriksen, Irvine in the middle. Burke was playing right back when that was when we had Tommy Elphick, Jordi Device, Eric Lee High. Then on the bench, Max Sheaf, Robbie McKenzie, Will Keane, Todd Kane, along the keeper, Stuart and Chrissy Martin. What a man. Nigel Adkins, our manager. Darren Moore, the manager for West Brom. They had Hal Robson Canoe. We nearly signed him once. Bakary Sacco, Tyrone Mears, Boaz Myhill, ex-City, Ollie Burke, Wes Houlihan, Sam Field. Yeah, what a team. What a team they had. But we had a great team as well compared to what we've got now. Our best midfielder is Smallwood, Doherty, Honeyman. You think anything else you deserve to be in the bin? I'm in the bin then. Sorry, Lucas, but you cannot possibly say that Richie Smallwood is better than Tom Huddleston. You simply cannot. Richie's still a very good player, but he's not better than Tom Huddleston. He's not. I know you've got family bias there, Lucas, but I haven't. I haven't. Yes, I can. I mean, physically you can, but you will not be accepted. Prime Huddleston and current Huddleston. He's not prime now, but I'd say current Huddleston is probably our most crucial player because of his experience, because of his know-how, because of the way he can see the game. He's going to be like what Toral was a few years ago, but a few years older. Whereas Toral was younger, but he was very injury prone and he could see things that other players couldn't. He was a luxury. Toral was a luxury player, but because he was injured, we never got to use that luxury really. Huddleston could be the same. He's going to be quite frail. He's going to be a luxury. And when we've got him fit, we have to use him right. Play him in the right games. Maybe sub him off early just to rest him. Don't want him getting injured because he will be more prone to injury now he's a little bit older. You've got a playoff bias. I haven't because he didn't score the winner. Are you all right, mate? Smallwood over Huddleston. Are you on something? You're right, Hostile Hen. How are you doing? Richie does the exact same. He can actually somewhat run and move and not get injured. Huddleston is far better than Richie Smallwood. I am sorry, Lucas. End of debate. Last time out then. We lost 4-2. Hegazi got sent off in the last minute for them. Stewart scored and Wilkes scored. This is after lockdown. We conceded in the first 4 minutes again. Speaking of Torrell, he played there. Just Silva Lopez at left back. We stooped that low because Callum Elder got injured, didn't he? And we loaned Fleming out, so we couldn't. Yeah. Callum Jones on the bench, James Scott on the bench, Lewis Potter on the bench, McDonald on the bench, Tafazzoli on the bench, Livermore on the bench for them, Townsend, Jonathan Bond now at LA Galaxy. Grzekie started for them. They had Kieran Gibbs at that time, then Mateus Pereira, then Charlie Austin, who we nearly signed as well. Yeah. We could have signed a lot of players that West Brom have. It's just a fact of life. And then Huddleston doesn't get megged as soon as he comes on. Biased as to what he's done for the club. I'm not. He's just a better player. Richard doesn't give away a foul in his first touch. Neither does Huddleston. Hello, G-Boy. How you doing? And what we'll do now is once I've removed all these adverts from the screen, because we don't want any companies getting free promo. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Just let me get rid of it. You don't know what I was referencing there. However, I know. This is the record provided by, if you want to find this out for yourself, it's at 11v11.com/teams/Hull City /tab/opposing teams, and then you pick West Brom. The first ever game we played was on the 2nd of December 1905. So in exactly a month, it would have been 115 years since our very first encounter with them. We've won 19 games, drawn 16, lost 24. And as you can see, very recently, we've not had much success. Our last win was, of course, 3rd of November 2018. Then before that, we had to wait 5 games before after 22nd of March. However, here, from 2008, 2009, then jumped to 2013. However, we had a pretty decent run. However, we have lost 4 of our last 5, all of our last 3 against these guys. So that's Corey Evans clear of Huddleston. No. Corey Evans is playing in League One for Sunderland. Shared shirts. I've got quite a lot here. So I am just going to share my entire screen. That's going to look really dodgy for a second there. But we had Robert Snodgrass, Boaz Myhill, born in the US of A, played for Wales. However, we had him 2003 to 2010, rose through all the divisions with us. 250. That's probably wrong. 277 appearances, because right up here it doesn't count the cup games. For West Brom, they had him. He left us to join them. He was there until 2019. Had a loan spell at Birmingham in between that. For West Brom, played 85 times. Hasn't scored any goals because he's a goalkeeper. And then after West Brom, I think was he a player coach for their under-23s. Yeah, development coach. And yeah. So he made international appearances for England youth and England under 20. Was eligible to play for the US or any of the home nations. He was eligible to play for Scotland, for England, for Wales, for Northern Ireland, and for the US. He offered the chance to play for Wales in early 2006, declined due to family reasons, got called up by Wales, and there we go. Next, Connor Townsend. Connor Townsend. From my neck of the woods. Born in Hessel, just like myself. Came through the youth ranks at Hull City for 2001. He was with us from 2001, wow, up until 2016 when we let him go permanently. While he was with us, he went on loan to Grimsby, Chesterfield, Carlisle again, Dundee, Scunthorpe, and Grimsby again, before going to Scunthorpe permanently, then moved on to join West Brom. West Brom got him a year that we were after him, joined us at the age of 8, did Connor Townsend. Only played once for our first team. For the times he was out on loan, played 12, 30, 43 times for Grimsby, scored 3 goals. Played 20 times for Chesterfield, scored once. Played 17 times for Carlisle, didn't score. 19 times for Dundee, didn't score. And 6 times for Scunny during his loan spell, didn't score. For Scunny, 73 games, 4 goals. For West Brom, he's played 62 times so far. 14 of those coming in the Premier League. No, 12 of those coming in the Premier League, sorry. 1 goal so far. Next, Jake Livermore. We had him on loan first from Tottenham. Then we signed him permanently. Then he had his whole sort of drugs ban, didn't he? Tested positive for cocaine use. After being selected for, as it says there, random drugs test. And he after his ban, came back, played for us, was ace, left us, joined West Brom, is their captain now, still there to this day, played 156 times for them, scored 7 times. He played 144 times for us, scored 11 times. In fact, that's not even counting in his loan spell, where that's 182 games for us with 14 goals. Well done, Jake Livermore. Next, Kamil Grzekie, Polish international, signed for us under Marco Silva on deadline day in January 2017. Won PFA Fans Premier League Player of the Month in April, he did. Scored his first goal for the club, 12th of August 2017. So didn't score for us in the Premier League, only started scoring for us in the Championship. Grzekie played 15 times for us in the Premier League, 15 of 123 times in all competitions. Scored 25 goals for us, moved on to join West Brom, played a few games in the Premier League, played 3 games in the Premier League for them. In 19 appearances for West Brom, only scored once, was released in the summer, and is now playing for Pogoń Szczecin in the Polish, I always struggle to pronounce that, Ekstraklasa. There we go. Finally on shared shirts, Robert Snodgrass. We signed him from Norwich. Only played 3 times for us in his first season because he had a horrible, horrible injury. Couldn't help us in our fight against relegation. Came back halfway through the 2015-16 promotion-winning championship season. Was pretty good. 29 times, 29 games that season, 5 goals. Then for the Premier League, played half a season. Was our top scorer all season long. 24 games that season in all competitions, 9 goals. For us in total, so 56 games, 14 goals before moving on to West Ham, where a little loan spell at Aston Villa for a bit under Steve Bruce. After leaving West Ham, he went to West Brom, where so far he's played just the 8 times. I don't think that's counting in this season, though. It's not. When he has, of course, played this season. That looks an absolute mind map there. I'm still waiting to get into Fan Hub. Just hold your horses, mate. Hold your... Have you seen the little... He's not letting me click on any comments. That's fun. There we go. Enough controversy. KLP, Claire, Mbappe. True. How you doing, Max? Small used to play for Scunthorpe. He did. He did. Have you seen the dislike ratio on Grant's interviews? I understand why worst match we played it back. Wow. However, Joshua Gooch mentioned Fan Hub. Now, the graphic is a bit out of date because I haven't updated it since the Coventry game. However, there was no midweek game last week. The Championship action returned for Hull City last Saturday. We lost 1-0 to Coventry. The code is still valid, ladies and gents. GPJ018 has 5 uses remaining. I will remove my screen, remove my little beautiful photo. You can see me there. You can see it there. GPJ018. Use that code to gain instant access to Fan Hub. It has 5 uses left. I want to see that code gone very, very soon. There we go. There we go. So we'll let you know that down. You're gonna get smashed. I know we're gonna get smashed. We're gonna get absolutely battered by West Brom. Anyway, my predicted team. Is this the right one? Oh, it's deleted him. You plonker. Yep. To be fair, I don't even need to change my predicted team. I just put the graphic on. So in goal will be Matt Ingram. Right back will be Coyle. 2 centre-backs, Bernard and Greaves. Left back, Elder. Centre mids, Honeyman, Smallwood, Doherty. Wilkes on the right. Lewis Potter on the left. McGuinness up top. However, my wanted 11 is strikingly different. Hold on. Just let me make a few minor adjustments. Let me make, just put, there we go. So my wanted 11 then. 3-5-2, in goal is Matt Ingram. Back 3, McLaughlin, Bernard and Greaves. Right back, Emmanuel. Left wing back, Callum Elder. Centre mids, Matt Smith, Greg Doherty, George Honeyman. 2 strikers, Tyler Smith, Tom Eaves. The bench, Baxter, Coyle, Smallwood, Wilkes, Lewis Potter, Monka and McGuinness. Predicted score, I'm just going to say we're going to get beat 4-0. I think we're going to get absolutely tonked. Luke says 2-0 West Brom. I think it's going to be 4-0. I honestly think we're going to get absolutely battered. And, you know, for the joys of Sky Red Button, Tyler Smith, he's not injured. He just said, McCann's just said he's just not picking him. And also, Honeyman is back. In case I forgot to put this in team news, but basically, Honeyman had sort of like a cold and diarrhea bug over the weekend from Thursday, Friday. It was fine Saturday, only did a light session, but McCann didn't risk him on Saturday. But McCann said he'll definitely be back for tomorrow. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with that. Make sure you use the Fan Hub code and get yourself on the app. And I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.